our dance program. My name is Garrett Wildcat, and we're going to be doing our traditional dances. These are our social dances. If you have not seen our dances before, I'm going to tell you right now, if you've watched anything from John Wayne, watched anything from the old Western films where the Indians are dancing, go ahead and erase that from your mind, from your memory. That's not a good representation of us, so we're going to show you a good representation of us. These are our social dances. These are dances we do to the public, that we've been allowed to show to the public. And so with that, we're going to share with you. And at the end, we may ask you to join us, because if we're not all entirely performative, we want you to join us. We want you to learn, not just through watching, but through living it. And so, with that, before we do our dances, we'd like to do roll call. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to point at your clan. Make sure you know the name of your clan. As soon as I point at you, all you got to do is call it. So you're going to go, yo! That's all it is. You're not going to do none of that stuff. Anyway, Blue clan, I need some honey. Yo! Pink clan, I need Woody. Yo! All right, Burt clan, I need you. Swamp. Yo! Well, Potato clan, I need to get away. Yo! Deer clan, I need to go away. Yo! Wolf clan, I need why ya. Yo! All right, long hair clan, all you guys. I need to go, hey!
Yo!
Wow. Which one was it? Tank clan? Blue? I think it's tank, I don't know. Might be wolf clan. I think it was tank today. Collect your prize after you tour. Not really.
I get it. She already claimed me.
All right, guys. The first dance that we're going to do, this is called the Shalut, no, excuse me. This is our corn dance. And this dance right here is our way of showing appreciation to the Creator, everything around us. And because corn was one of our big staples for a long time. And so we do this dance to honor that being, because, people don't think of it like that. They think that, yes, us as living beings, the plants are also living beings, just like the animals. And so we honor those beings. So this also is, as some have said, honoring the matriarch of our people, our women. And so this is our Shalu, no, excuse me. Go on. Tonight, stay tuned. Here we go. as our deuce stew. This is known as our spring frog dance. And so in this one, are spring frog, not bullfrog. So with this one right here, animal creatures, but also it helps replenish ourselves. We use the meat for sustenance. We use the fur for warmth, the skin, making the clothing, maybe a drum. We use the claws. We use the claws for jewelry, sometimes for ceremony. We use all sorts of things from just that one animal. The bones making the tools. Because the Europeans, when they came here, when they killed our bear, when they killed off our bison, they would not honor that animal. They would not use every part of the animal to make sure that it did not go in vain. They left it rotting. They left the carcass out and about. So that's why, as Native people, we try to do our best to take care of the earth. And so take care of the earth, but also our relatives. Whether it be the animal relatives or plant relatives, we're honoring those things. So this is Yona Opstisti. This is our bear dance.
So naturally, this is a very strong bow and very hard to pull back unless you know how to work with it. And arrowheads can be made out of a lot of local materials such as quartz and flint or any other rock we'll find around in this area. Glass, if someone is willing to actively work with glass, but we would also go out and trade for obsidian, as obsidian is a very clean and a very sharp cut rock, so it's a bit easier to use. Now the actual process to make an arrowhead takes about 15 to 20 minutes tops, as from that material you found, you have to break off pieces of it. From those pieces, break off smaller manageable pieces, and then start flint knapping away at its sides to give it its basic shape and form. But once we had that already, there was about two sizes of arrowheads that we primarily use. The first being our small round shoulder, This one would be used for hunting as it's very easy to pull out of whatever animal it was that we shot it with. So it'd be wrapped in twine, its shaft would be river cane, and the feathers would be 2 turkey feathers, 2 of the same wing just to give it its accuracy. And our rounder shoulder was used in warfare, but we typically don't like using long-range weapons in war. When we had to, this one was wrapped in animal sinew. So once this shot a human body, that sinew expands with blood and physically gets stuck. So you can't pull it out. You'd either have to push it completely through your body or cut it out with a knife. Yeah, it's just not going to feel pleasant. But what you more commonly see us with are war clubs. And these are about the length of a man's forearm, as they are supposed to be an extension of himself. Now when we went to war or someone was being hostile, we never wanted to kill anyone. So this can very easily break someone's bone, and that is the best result, is that if we can break your limbs or incapacitate you, we're going to call it a day. And our blowguns are used in hunting. These are for English. Small game, such as birds, squirrels, rabbits, anything small enough to die once we shoot it with this. These blowguns can be up to 10 to 20 feet long, so to straighten them out, we put the river cane over an open fire and let it start getting hot to the point where it looks like it's sweating. Because once to that point, it's very flexible, so we can very easily just bend it over our knee to help straighten it out as much as we can. Pack one end with sand and take a sharp rock attached to a stick and poke out all those joints on the inside, so that way your dart doesn't get stuck about halfway. And the darts were also different lengths and different sizes. It just depends on the blowgun. So these were also carved the yellow locust, but this thistle at the end is Scottish thistle. So we would have had that hung up to dry, and once we were ready to make these darts, just take a pinchful of that thistle and have it in our fingers and our thumbs with twine and roll it until we got it completely on there. And you can shoot about 30 to 45 yards. Want to get a demonstration? Mm-hmm. All right. Oh yeah, I don't have a long power for it. I don't have a long power. That's what baking does. Yep. So what do you name the skull?
Honestly, I don't.
Is it still Slow Eddie?
I've only seen them twice.
I like reading clones.
Horseshoes and laser rays. That's the only thing you supposed to.
Yeah. There's a long power of that. Now the last thing we have right here is our stickball sticks, and as you notice, I am not touching it because due to certain medicines and rituals the man go through, to be able to pick up one of these sticks, I could cause someone to get really hurt or have a lot of bad luck, and we want neither of the two. Well, stickball is a domestic dispute game, so if someone was arguing with another person, the clans could go and play this game, and it could go on for hours, days, weeks, months, years, however long they wanted to keep the game going, or whoever got to the point of 12 first. Now, stickball is a very physical sport, so you will come out pretty much banged up at the end of it. It's where we got all of our aggression out. Now, women used to be able to play at one point in history, but we got a little too aggressive outside of the game, so we've been permanently banned. And yeah. Alright, we'll move on down to traps. And now traps, this one is 1/3 of its actual size, as this would be in the shape of a stockade. So any big animal or that bear could walk through here, and in the middle would be bait in such place. But it lowered our heads trying to get to that bait and knock out everything holding that log up, causing it to fall on top of them, breaking its back or just pinning it down, making it a lot easier for us to go in and kill whatever animal it was, because if that's a bear, that's going to be what upset bear. And this trap right here is our fish trap. These would be set downstreams of rivers and creeks. Fish would swim upstream and swim into here, and it was really easy for them to get inside. But on the inside would be sharp sticks, keeping them from getting back out. So when it was around dinner time or you needed to fish for something, you just go down in the river, open up this latch, reach in, grab whatever fish you needed, close it back. Keeps them all nice and fresh. And this small trap right here is our figure 4 trap. These are for any small bird, animal, anything small enough to fit under there. That bird or that animal would go and try to get to that bait in the middle and knock out whatever it was holding that trap up. Yeah, knock out whatever it was holding the trap up. So we lift one it up and just pick it up. Set bait back in. Oh my god, I tucked its legs in. Well,
Trap effective.
it works. Yeah, grab whatever it was, set bait back in the middle, and set the trap back up and wait until something else came along and knocked it down. And yeah, we'll go to that cabin right behind you and you guys can look in that all you want.
So I missed it. What's this one supposed to be? Oh, cool. Thank you. Para Small version. Está hecho de barro.
And in the 1800s, it was a bit more peaceful time, so our homes weren't meant to be built as quickly. The inside of this house isn't too different from the inside of the 1700s. The only real difference is that these logs aren't notched. So these homes, as I said, homes weren't meant to be built quickly. And there'd be a porch extending across the front and back of the house. I just put my hand in the spider web. I'm gonna move over here. And this building right behind you is a sweat house. Every family owned one. They'd be built in the sides of hills and the sides of mountains. Could be used for extra storage, or if it got too cold in the winter, you and your family could go in there and sleep, and it'd keep you warm for about a month or so. In the middle of our villages were one big one, and that belonged to our medicine man. So if you got sick, we laid you down on one of his beds in there. He'd roll those rocks back in after having them in a fire, and mix his herbs and his roots into a tea and pour it over the rocks, causing it to vaporize. Your body takes in that vapor and just sweats out whatever disease you had.